Welcome to another exciting episode of the 4 o'clock game. And before we start though, I want to show you, I'll give you a little presentation about this. Today, I know, this is my first episode using a camera. I know, don't worry about it. I have some of the episodes that I have on my older camera, but this is the new camera that my dad got me. I want to thank my dad for giving this to me as a pretty good lucky charm, because the camera that I'm using right now is it's an old video camera. It's a camcorder. It was made in 1994, and it was a JVC video movie camcorder model GR AX808. Yeah, because I have other camcorders. I use the flip video or the Sony Handycam, which is not the best one. I think if I see some of the older videos I just did, because some of the videos that I have here, because this has got to be great for all my videos that I'm using that for the 4 o'clock game. And to round this out, I haven't done this one in a couple weeks since I was busy, so we're back on a newer show for newer episodes of the 4 o'clock game, and I will be doing this right now. And on this today's program, I'm going to present to you a video game that I always never had a chance to play it, or anything if you've never played it before. And this game that I'm going to talk about is Last Action Hero. This game came out in 1993 for the NES, made by a company called Sony ImageSoft. I know, Sony ImageSoft made some obscure movie-based games like Bram Stoker's Dracula and Hook. That was like one of the worst of the titles of the NES titles ever, but especially with that, because Bram Stoker's Dracula was bad. I think Sony ImageSoft did a reasonable job making these bad movie adaptation games for the NES. There's one on the Super Nintendo or the Sega Genesis, as far as I'm concerned. They also made other games like Smart Ball for the Super Nintendo, which I remember that game. I think Sony ImageSoft did a great job with that, along with the other Sony ImageSoft games. Like there was actually a game called Bram Stoker's Dracula, like I said. It was for the Super Nintendo and Sega CD. And of course, a game was called Ground Zero Texas. I'm not sure yet. It was actually a Sega CD game, and another game that was actually released on the Sega CD as a launch title called Sewer Shark. And that's a tough game to play with. So yeah, and after that, I'll give you a little detail about this game, in a moment. But as of right now, I'm going to talk about Last Action Hero. You know, Last Action Hero was based on a movie. One of the films was kind of like it's either a hit or miss movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in that film. I never had a chance to see the movie Last Action Hero. I never saw this movie. We'll have to pop in a DVD sometime and see what happens. And I know if you watch the Angry Video Game Nerds episode on Schwarzenegger games, that's the one he reviewed. He was talking about this is kind of like a game that is really bad, and there was like too much enemy respawn enemies in the game, but I don't know why they're in there, because it was absolutely one of the most underrated game ever. But there was actually Last Action Hero was actually terrible. But if you count on the Super Nintendo version or some of the versions if you have played on the Super Nintendo version. I don't know and I don't know if there was actually a Super Nintendo counterpart version of this, but I don't know. I have never heard about Last Action Hero. This version ever made, but this was one of the NES game was pretty short, but this was during the days the NES was in decline. I had to tell you, but yeah, they made up a series of terrible games, more obscure titles for the NES. But with this one, I think to run out, I would like to talk about this one. So let's try out this game, Last Action Hero, for a moment. So let's get this game started, shall we? Here's all you can do. All I gotta do is, well, before I gotta start though, let's give you a little game, shall we? Well, by the way, this is going to be in high definition, and this is going to be my first video using a camera that I'm using right now. And let's see how this thing goes. Let's see how Last Action Hero is going to be. I don't really know. I don't have no information on it, so. Oh, probably totally forgot. I might give it a try and see. As far as I am concerned, let's see. Yeah, here it is. Last Action Hero. Okay, this is one of the tougher games, and this is like one of the lesser known titles for its gem. But okay, let's see how this thing started. Oh yeah. I don't know if you have to put the music on. Oh yeah. Okay. Hold on. Oh yes, this is a demo play. Okay, I gotta zoom the camera a bit because this is a new camera that I'm using right now. Okay, that's it. Okay. Alright, let's pause this for a minute here. I gotta put the code in. Okay, we're fine right now, we're good. So now let's start this game. Don't keep me waiting, Jack. The boys here is dying to meet you. This is where you start the game. Oh yeah, you have to hit the B button to B to jump and A to punch. I don't know, this is a tough game to play on this. Yeah, in this run, I hate this game with the passion. Yeah, too many respawn random enemies that just popped out from nowhere because I know a lot of you people hate Athena is the worst game ever with so many respawn enemies and sprites. The controls look awful. I don't know. It's a Nintendo game, but who cares? There was actually a Super Nintendo version of the game, which I don't recommend if you're not a fan of the movie. But yeah, you have to jump towards the bad guys. Oh, okay. This is like you get hearts. And now for the first boss fight. Oh yeah, you beat only one boss in one fight. You kept me waiting, Jack. I'm afraid I will have to take him. Too bad. And he's trying to beat one boss fight. It's out of focus, and I missed the end. Never mind, take this and run. Take this and come back later. Danny falls asleep in class. He has his own ideas how Hamlet should be. He dreams. The second level is the Hamlet stage. I don't know if anything is based off if you've ever seen the movie where Schwarzenegger was actually in there, but I didn't ever watch the movie. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm not gonna watch it. Last Action Hero is probably I haven't watched. So now I gotta jump all these enemies here. Oh yeah, you gotta hit these enemies. Yeah, here's what you could do. Skip this one. Oh, hit the enemies here. You can't die after you have 3 lives. You take 1 energy of the health bar. Yeah, you can see I'm hitting him. Don't worry, I'm in invincible mode, but if you don't take hits. Well, you get unlimited continues in this game to continue your mission. If you run out of continues, it's game over. This game also has limited continues. If you die, you have to continue on. You only got 3 choices. You have 3 chances. In case you die, that's it. Game's over. You have no continues left. You only have they got unlimited continues. Yeah, they just kept coming, and what happened to them? Wow, he died, and yeah, he just beat 1 boss. Wow, you cannot beat this boss. Whoa! Stupid punch. Ha! Just died. To be or not to be? Not to be, Slater hurls the body of almost I can't say that, so. And now you you how to beat this boss. You know, with those series of barrage barrels. Danny wakes up and sighs. Whew. Danny watches the disbelief the dynamite flies out of the screen and lands in the aisle, fizzing. Danny realizes the dynamite is a real. He runs. With a flash, it explodes behind Slater realizes that Danny he takes off with tires smoking. Oh, now more guys, you're in stage 3. Oh, yeah, shoot these green people with guns shooting. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that was the punch. Oh, you had to kill these enemies with those guns. Oh. You had to grab those hearts like you had to use to refill your energy. You'll have to hold the down button and hold it down on your keypad, on your control pad, and you get to grab the item. And now you can save the woman. Slater runs from the house like a man with a mission. He must punch it, you moron. We have to make the freeway. Let's go. Oh my gosh. And this next one is the freeway. Yeah. Filled with traffic and cars. And throwing tires in there, but it's not a terrible game to begin with. You have to jump over the enemies and run all these obstacles. You can't jump there, you have to jump a little further. You have to watch out for both persons. Oh yeah, that's right, he got hit. Look at that. It's only you have to jump to the enemies. Here's what you can do. You just do this, hit the B button and jump, 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 jump. And now, yeah, you beat this up and yep, got one enemy. Leo is dead and all our families are paying your respects, but Leo is sent to blow Slater to clear the building and get on the roof. Wow, you had to hit the up button to kick. Yeah, you push up and A to kick. That's right, you had to hit A button to kick. This is like, yeah. You know, yeah, the up button is to kick, but down is to punch. You have to dodge those bullets. You gotta kick this person, yeah. Kick these criminals. Control's a bit awkward, you know. In the game, you had to control this game. Look at this. His bullets are just flying around. Huh. As far as I am, I would make this game look pretty bad. And, you know, it's based off a 90s film. I don't know anything familiar with the movie. I know Film and Stuff did a video of this, a game called, you know, his review of that Last Action Hero game, but yeah, you know, the graphics there didn't look like a movie. Because see, the cutscene it doesn't look like it has anything to do with the movie because it's just mushed up graphics that was made throughout the whole film. But yeah, it came right out of the movie. And you beat them. Slater grabs Leo's body and throws it from the building as it drops and snags. Yep, and then you can kill off the ground, you can do it in the air. Yeah, now the next one, I think it's the helicopter stage. I don't know anything, this is one of the most stupidest stages ever. We had to beat all those people. Yeah, all the helicopter. Wow. You gotta hit this punch button. There it is. Down in A. So you can keep coming. Oh, yeah, he's trying to knock that down. Look at that. This is just knock down the building. Oh yeah, now the smoke is just cleared. What is this? Smoke from a helicopter? I do not know. What is going on? Look what happened. This is stupid. Making this... Yeah, look at that. Oh, goodness. Now he destroyed the plane? What the heck? Slater dives from the hook and he kicks the guy up. Yeah, death comes from his checkboard. He walks out and the screen says checkmate. And then we're halfway through the final stage of the game. This is a scene when you enter a movie theater. This is like, it's like protest signs. I don't know what the heck it's doing. What? It's fighting the Grim Reaper. And then into the scene. This is kind of a short stage. What will we be doing tonight? Or I think I'll take somebody. Somebody spots a Reaper. He's in the cinema. Everybody down. And this turns to the final stage in the games where Schwarzenegger enters the movie theater. I don't know anything that's been concerned. He walks in there and look at this. Is that the Last Action Hero logo titles shown? I don't know why they do this. Because they actually use the Last Action Hero name. Oh yeah, to grab up this energy. To the roof, old friend. And then for the final boss of the game, you gotta fight the same thing. Oh yeah, now is your ending of this game. Well done, you have stopped the evil crossing into the real world. Slater goes to the screen and back into the film. Yeah. Yeah, but that's it. What a lame ending to this game. I can't believe Last Action Hero is even bad. I can't stand this game. This is one of the worst endings in the game. Didn't have any credit. Yeah, and they showed the credits, and that's it. I can't stand this game, but this is one of the worst games I think the NES has to offer. Okay, let's get this out of here. But, anyways, and now let's give it a little rundown here for a moment here, because I know a lot of you people are thinking, oh yeah, Last Action Hero is all terrible. It's a bad NES game, but in my opinion, I don't recommend playing this game. I know the music is just plain stupid. I don't know, the music is actually decent in the game, and of course the controls look pretty awkward. It is kind of an awkward controls, and of course the music, and all this stuff is just random. I don't know why, because it's alright, but I don't know, for a game like this, it doesn't even follow the resemblance of the movie. And I know the cutscene looks like it's kind of like it's garbled graphics, because it's an 8-bit game, because I don't know why they throw cutscenes in there, but what the heck, they just messed it up or whatever. They just mushed up the graphics. I don't know. It's just terrible. It's an 8-bit game, but I can't stand why this is it's a short game, but it's even shorter as the Karate Kid on the NES, which I think it's pretty short. And I know it is a short game, but I know Last Action Hero is actually a short game because of, that unlike the other game that Sony ImageSoft did terribly, made a game based on a movie. I don't know if there was a game actually came out probably at the time. By all standards, I would like to recommend this one because I think, as far as I'm concerned, there was actually a game released there at the time when that came out. And by far is the game Last Action Hero for the I don't know, the Super Nintendo. I know those of you who have never seen the Super Nintendo version. I might as well. It's one of the worst game on the NES besides this. There was a version of Last Action Hero released on the SNES because this game is terrible. It's probably one of the worst game ever made. It's kind of like it's a multi-platform video game released by various systems. It was on the NES. It was released on this one, the one that I played, the NES version of it. It was also released on the Super Nintendo and Amiga, and of course the Sega Genesis. Yeah, it was released on both the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and NES. That came out around 1993. It was 1993, and it was actually probably late in the NES run. I think it was right towards the 2 years right before the NES ended its run. I think probably much terrible. It's one of the worst game ever made. And I know the music for this was the composer was Shanad Ahmed. I don't know what the heck it was. It was actually also made by what they called it. It was made by a company, Sony ImageSoft, which I think it's some bad game. It's an adaptation of the movie of the same name with Schwarzenegger as the main character of Jack Slater. The Master System also developed but never released. I can't stand why this game is. A lot of stupid controls. Yeah, the controls look terrible. Yet it was in the original element. The other versions have stage portrays. Then especially the second stage had the Hamlet stage. I mean, why does this happen in the movie? I think too many respawn enemies that look like Athena. I think Athena it was one of the worst game ever made on the NES. It has too many random enemies that was respawn, and a lot of these elements in the game that actually makes it ends up being a worst NES title of all time. I don't recommend playing Last Action Hero, but watch the movie and don't play any version of it because it's not good. It's not for the fun of it because the Last Action Hero on both the NES and Super Nintendo. I don't know if there was a Genesis version. I haven't played it yet, so I'll do another one another time. So I'm just gonna think about that. So in that case, it's all in a nutshell. I might tell you, Last Action Hero on the NES was way too easy. It plays very short, but I can't really way off the track because it's not one of the best NES titles of all time. So in that case, that's enough for now, but in that case, that wraps up for this edition of the 4 o'clock game. And I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you again next time as we give you another playthrough on the 4 o'clock game, and I will see you later.